In this video, I'm going to show you a very simple 1-minute little routine to help improve how your wrists work. So if you've got a sore, niggly wrist, you may have tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, maybe you want to improve how your exercises work and your wrists aren't sore when you do things like push-ups, or maybe you just spend a lot of time working at your computer without moving your wrists a lot, then this little routine is going to be very useful for you. Hi, I'm Craig from Elevate Chiropractic, and I've been helping people feel, move and function better for the last 14 years. And around about 3 years ago, I changed up my exercise routine and started focusing purely on calisthenic work. This is that sort of body weight exercise, so pull-ups and push-ups and balance work, all these types of things. And even though I really loved it, I started to get a few niggles in my wrists just because they weren't mobile enough. So I started to focus on some mobility work, and it's made such a big difference, not only for my exercise, but also just how my wrists feel in general. And that's why I wanted to share them with you today. But before I show you, the normal range of motion of the wrist is we should have around about 70 degrees of extension and around about 80 to 90 degrees of wrist flexion. Now we should also be able to push this a little bit further to take it to the end range of those joints. And we should be able to do that without pain. So why don't you try it and just see how much mobility you have, and is it sore when you do this? And now let's go look at how to do the actual routine. So to start with, we're going to do some simple wrist circles. So we're going to do 10 in one direction and 10 in the other. Nice and slow, do them as big and as controlled as you can. If you start getting fatigued or tired or start getting jittery, then stop. We don't want to overdo this. It's quite normal to get a little bit of crepitus or that sort of clicking in the joint when you do this. As long as it's not really painful, that's okay, and you'll find that over time that will decrease. So once we've done those, we're going to move on to the actual exercise, which is my favorite part of this. And I like to do this in this all-four position. So we're going to start with wrist extension. So as I said, we should have about 70 degrees, but we're going to take it past that. So we're going to go in all four. Really important to keep our arms straight when we do this. And then we're just going to lean forward. You're going to go as far as you can. So when I first started this, I was stuck way back here, but as over the years, as I've progressed, I can get a lot further now, keeping my arms straight, and this is not painful at all. When I'm here, you can just hang out at the end, you can rock backwards and forwards, you can move, you could even potentially just change the direction of your hands. It's really just trying to work into those positions and just see if we can get some movement there. Okay, so that's the first one, and then the second one is obviously going to be the opposite of that, so it's going to go into that wrist flexion. So this one here, again, looks a little bit weird, but we're going to keep our arms straight, and we're just going to lean back and take it as far as we can. This one is a little bit tricky. It can be a little bit more tender when we do this, but we don't want to cause pain. Okay, so as long as we're getting some good movement, important to keep our arms still. There's tendencies to want to bend our arms to make it a little bit easier. And again, you can just hang out there, rock backwards and forwards a little bit, and just see if we can get some movement through there. And that's really as simple as this exercise is. So it's nothing challenging to it. I really suggest that you do this once a day if you haven't done it for a long time, or at least every second day. Spend a little bit of time working on your wrists. It's going to help not only them feel good, it's going to help with exercises, just help keep them healthy, because as we know, there is that use it or lose it principle when it comes to the joints. And the more we can use them and keep them active, the more or the longer we're going to be able to keep that movement for. So hopefully you found this useful. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll do my best to answer those for you. But until next time, take care. I'll see you soon.